This message comes from Greenlight. Ready to start talking to your kids about financial literacy? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app that teaches kids and teens how to earn, save, spend wisely, and invest with your guardrails in place. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on your kids' spending with real-time notifications. Join millions of parents and kids building healthy financial habits together on Greenlight. Get started risk-free at greenlight.com/Wondery.
Looking for your best sleep ever? Sleep Number smart beds are literally made for you. They adapt to your changing needs. So whether you're dealing with sore muscles or running hot at night, your bed automatically adjusts for optimal comfort. Want softer, firmer, cooler, warmer? With personalized firmness settings and temperature control that cools up to 20 times faster than leading competitors, you'll get the perfect sleep environment every night. Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed? So you can choose your ideal comfort on either side. And now it's the Sleep Number Everything Smart Bed sale. Every smart bed and base are on sale during our Memorial Day event, up to 50% off, limited time, exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. See store or sleepnumber.com for details.
This is Reusse. You've been hearing my friend Josh Arnold, Mr. Money Talk, for years on the Radio and Garage Logic podcast. I strongly recommend you sit down with Josh for your no-cost, no-obligation, 48-minute consultation on your investments, including your IRA and 401k. You can benefit from Josh's years of experience navigating different market and economic conditions, and he'll always give you straight talk and not sugar-coated advice. Give Josh a call now at 952-925-5608 to book your no-cost, no-obligation 48-minute consultation. That's 952-925-5608. You'll be glad that you did, and tell him Reusse sent you. Don't forget to ask, why is it 48 minutes, Josh?
Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant, LLC, a security investment advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments involve risk. All comments and opinions are Josh Arnold's and do not constitute investment advice.
Patrick Reusse is a paid endorser.
Okay.
So, the evil live player, Bryson DeChambeau,
yes,
wins the U.S. Open.
Has it handed to him on a silver platter, but go ahead.
But he played pretty well.
Well, he did. But considering
he scrambled pretty well.
Considering he hit 4 fairways, he played pretty good.
But the sand shot he hit on 18 was one for the ages.
Yes, apparently nobody had done that all week.
Yeah. So here's my problem. Now he disappears to play clown golf again.
You said that.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to see him again in July at the Open.
That's it.
Then you'll see him not till next April at the Masters. Okay, that would be like if Aaron Judge showed up with regular baseball players twice a year.
Yeah.
And then went and played clown ball.
Come up for a series. He'd be there for a Boston series.
Yeah.
Go play for the Faribault Lakers for the summer.
We wouldn't see him for a long time.
This is a bleep show. This is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, and there's I don't know what the solution is, but you know, the PGA of America runs the Ryder Cup, and they don't have to put just PGA. They could put Bryson DeChambeau on the team if they had some guts. And they would. Now, do we have the Ryder Cup? Not this year. We got the Olympics. So he's not eligible, I think, for the Olympics, right?
I thought I looked it up. I thought we do have the Ryder Cup this year. I'll look it up.
No, we can't have the Ryder Cup.
But the rest of these live players, Rahm withdrew Thursday.
Yes. Dustin Johnson
Dustin
can't
Johnson
wait to get
lucky to get a club pro job at Phelan.
No, and he wouldn't care. Yeah. I texted somebody.
What the hell with these? What's going on here?
I texted somebody and said, when did Dustin give up? They didn't stop caring. I don't think he was ever had that fire. And he said, I think when he got $100 million in the bank, he said, he's got more than that in the bank. But he just comes and plays 36 holes and leaves. It's ridiculous.
You're right. 2025 Beth Page.
Beth Page, yes.
That's the next Ryder Cup?
Yes, sir.
But this is Koepka was, good. He's not playing that well now.
He gave me a little fire on day one.
Yeah.
And then
I
faded.
mean, he doesn't. This guy has fire. I'll say that.
He's a competitor.
Yeah, he is, and he's somebody.
He's
got
nuts,
to him,
but
somebody got to him PR wise, and he went from being a jackass who didn't pay any attention to
really,
other people to now
he had a great relationship with the fans and signed
young
stuff.
crowd likes him. They don't care about LIV.
Now, did you hear that he soaks the golf balls overnight?
Yes, in Epsom salt.
He's nuts.
Yeah, he is.
He's nuts.
Because he wants them.
That determines their balance point.
Yes. Okay, that's what I heard too. But I don't know how.
And then he has a certain way to put the ball on the green that accommodates the dimples. He believes the edge of a dimple. A dimple. How many dimples are there on a golf ball?
Quite a few.
Okay.
I've never paused to count.
For some reason, he can determine that an edge of a dimple would be problematic. So somehow he
make sure he doesn't punt.
I guess
when he puts the ball back down, he's not punting the edge. Yeah. Oh, he's crazy. There's no doubt about it. But
he's fun
you
crazy.
Know what? I think that course is overrated, though.
You could fly me down there on a private jet and pay for everything, and I don't want to play
it. Here's the deal: you can hit. He can hit 4 fairways. Mm-hmm. And hit it up in the vegetation.
He was 66th in driving accuracy.
12 times. But if it doesn't roll up against one of those bushes of grass, whatever they wiregrass. But it's too random when you hit it crooked. To me, you know, it should. When you hit it crooked, it should turn out. It should be bad.
Right.
Most of the time, it should be bad. And
a lot of times it wasn't.
The thing about missing all those fairways, though, they're wide. For the most part, it's wide. Mm-hmm. Now, having played there twice, I have a question.
Well, I can't answer it because I haven't played there.
Why in God's name did I go back the second time?
That's a good point.
That is the question. The first time was a near-death experience.
Right.
Because if you can't spin the ball in some manner, not spin it, but at least make it stop. You know, because you hit it in the general direction, and most greens will, stop up there someplace. Theirs they just keep rolling and rolling and rolling.
Is that you played there? Is that you live around here, buddy?
No.
That's
I
Pebble
never played
Beach.
That
that was Pebble Beach. Okay.
I did play Pebble Beach once, which is
McIlroy's misses were Doug Sander-esque.
God,
they were
terrible.
They were
Chokes
just
of all time.
horrible.
Well, especially the 2-footer.
Oh,
when
it's
he's
just
got the tournament one.
Oh my
He's got
God!
the 2-footer.
I have no sympathy for him. He lost
I don't
me.
either. He lips out on a 2-footer. That's it. You've been waiting 10 years, and and you decide to choke on a putt from me to here.
Yep. I don't get it. I don't
and
get it.
then he had no chance on 18.
Pat, there's a lot I don't get.
Twists.
Florida kicked the crap out of Edmonton for 3 games, and then they lose
Edmonton beats them
8-1.
And now they win tonight, probably.
Boston goes 3 games up on Dallas, then Dallas beats them by 40,000 points. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I think it tells you got to have your spunk. You know, when you show up for that, when if you don't show up one night, then you get
didn't have spunk.
Forgive me if you mentioned I was editing something in Q. Was it trouble on the home front? Did that enter into Rory's?
Well, Rory's hurt. They're back. He's not leaving now.
Oh, he's staying.
He's staying, supposedly.
Oh, okay.
No comely lass met anyone on the 18th green yesterday.
Does he have a wife, Bryson?
I don't know. I
bet maybe he used to, and then she said, "What are you doing, honey?" And he says, "Well, I'm
soaking the golf balls in salt water.
See if I can't go out tonight, dear. I got to soak my balls in Epsom salt.
My own personal ball washer.
That's right. I wonder if he has one. Lewis Black might have been talking about him.
I think he names his clubs too.
Yeah.
I got to hit the Rodin, or hey, give me Clem.
And his here. If they tell me once more that Payne Stewart's his hero, I'm going to puke.
What do you
He
think
was
that?
6
What
years
was
old.
that mimicking?
He was 6 years old when Payne Stewart died.
The video that yesterday morning though that surfaced, that was pretty cool.
Which
I
one?
didn't see
With
it.
Payne's kid.
Oh,
That was pretty. Father's Day. That was pretty
they both
cool.
went to SMU, but this link that, I mean, listen, if I didn't like golf and I had to listen to the fawning horse poop that they go every,
It is terrible.
It's just awful. Stop it. You know, this is not, you know, why don't we say Rory? Well, they actually were a little tough on Rory that he, you know, he choked. Let's say he'll never win one now.
Is it Bradley Chambly?
Yes. Brandel.
He was,
Brandel.
huh?
Brandel.
Brandel Chambly, who I like a lot.
Yes.
But he was a noted anti-live.
Anti-live
Oh,
guy,
he was
but-
vocal.
And on Thursday.
He couldn't kiss up to DeChambeau.
Enough.
Enough.
And on Thursday, I happened to listen to it before Wednesday night. I happened to listen to the preview, a little bit of it. And he was smooching up to him.
Really?
Even then.
He knew something.
Well, plus he was afraid of, you know, I think he was because DeChambeau's performance in the PGA was such, and he was so popular with the fans that he didn't want to get completely ways with the fans.
I have your answer. I've been doing some investigative research, and I have discovered that Bryson DeChambeau's girlfriend is a woman by the name of Lilia Schneider.
Or
Why
was
didn't
she?
she run out
Where
of
the
She
hell
is a
was she?
sophomore at Marion University in
Sophomore?
Indianapolis.
Sophomore.
He's a baby.
He's a pedophile.
And I'm just going to say
He's 32.
I'm a fan.
I think he's 32.
He's a pedophile.
That's
a sophomore in college?
That's your 18.
No, you're 20.
He's 1992. He was born. So
Yeah, that's fine.
1993. So he took auditions and ended up with Lillian?
I'm
Is that
guessing
the way
so.
it goes?
I'm guessing
Where
so.
was
Well,
Lillian?
why wasn't she? Maybe her parents wouldn't let her go. She didn't have permission.
I did see something cool last night. Because I always watch after a major, the Golf Channel stays with it and does the analysis and all that.
Yeah, and the selling the whatever they give them.
So, 9:15 last night. That's 10:15. DeChambeau's still wandering around the course, holding the trophy. And they had done a bit during this Open where the Golf Channel guys sent it out to Johnson Wagner, and he would duplicate some shots that happened that day. It was kind of interesting to see how hard those shots were. So here's Johnson Wagner in the dark with some camera lights on him. Last night, he's going to
hit the shot on
duplicate
18.
the sand shot out of 18. And up wanders DeChambeau, holding the trophy and joking and frivolity, and it was just great.
Wow.
And then Johnson Wagner, of all people, hit the identical shot as McIlroy did.
They said it was not McIlroy.
I mean,
it's
DeChambeau, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
he has really worked on his image.
Yes.
In that
God, yes.
sense.
Oh, yes. He's become a PR guy, which is the complete opposite. He was at Hollis's tournament the first year. It was a 3M Open, and he had a chance to win it, and then he hit. They got that gully valley down there on the left, and he hit it 100 feet left, and ended up losing to Matthew Wolff, who's another liver who can't break an
Who has
egg.
disappeared from golf.
He's had like emotional issues. So, but Mark Howell was there that year, and so was Victor Hovland. I was disappointed in Victor. Where was Victor?
He did not make the cut.
He missed the cut. Victor's
Now,
a
if you
hell
got
of
a couple of Manhattans in DeChambeau, do you think he'd admit that he regrets live?
Yes.
I do too.
What did he get?
Well,
How
he
much
got-
money?
I
Well, I'm
don't know
sure
how
he
much
got
Probably
God knows how
150
much.
million or something, but
But I mean, he's in a clown league. They don't compete.
Yeah, but nobody cares.
He just won a major.
Now
Right.
he will.
Right, but he has to go back to live. He can no longer.
But
He's not going to be in the
now,
next tour
I would
event.
imagine their crowds that should help them. I mean, him. People might there's a certain select. Well, here's one problem with golf. Week to week, nobody watches it. Either the pros or the LIV, right?
Well, let me read you
The
something.
ratings are way down.
Let me read you something.
Okay.
If I still have it, I hope I'm a deleting fool.
We know.
I can't. This is from a kid I used to have. I can't really believe Bryson is fired up to play Rich Harvest Farms in butt-blank suburban Chicago and to be on the CW channel and not participate in the FedEx playoffs against Rory and Scotty.
He's right about that.
Yeah.
He's right about that.
And this is where the clown show goes next. Some place called Farms.
You got to remember that when LIV came, he wasn't playing where the dam. He was hitting it.
DeChambeau?
DeChambeau was hitting it out of bounds. He had to get rid of muscles. He got so
He did get a little
big.
thinner, yeah.
He got so damn big, he couldn't hit it anywhere straight.
Right.
Now, it is, I think it's bad for Pinehurst's image, though, that a guy can hit 4 fairways and win the tournament.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Isn't that something?
You were asking about his condition. I'm going to guess he got on that private plane with Lilia, if she got
Where's she
permission from her
hiding?
family.
We don't know. She didn't trot out to the green as we all
I'm
wanted.
going to guess he's okay with his decision.
Did he
Don't
take
you
her
think?
to the prom? Do we know? A couple of years ago?
Homecoming
or what?
dance.
Yeah, right.
Look who I got.
Yeah.
Maybe they had a graduation
How would
party
you like
or two.
to be his caddy?
Well, that's
I bet his caddy goes back and drinks like
That's-
a quart of
that's
booze every
400
night.
grand he won.
I know, 400 grand, but God, the guy drive you insane.
Oh,
when he,
my
with
God.
the Converse, I think I ought to hit it 4 centimeters.
Wait, the dimple was off a degree. He's a scientist.
Yeah, he is. But I think.
So what you're saying is you think DeChambeau will improve LIV.
Well, I think there are more people to watch, but they're going to have to. Maybe he can get them moved off the CW to I don't know where, but the CW is like what is
What is
it's
the
like,
CW?
Wait, isn't that what the sports show used to be on? Weren't you guys on the CW?
What was that, 29?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were on the CW. Yeah, we were on the CW. That's right.
CW.
We cleared the way for LIV on the CW, but I don't know if it was the CW.
I thought it was.
Well, it became the CW, but the CW network.
Or wasn't it My 29 or something like that?
We've been that golden goose died in
when Dark died.
2000.
Well, Sid
We
died,
went
too.
about 4 or 5 years.
After Dark died?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I think it was. How long?
I don't think
we,
you survived after Sid died.
Yeah, we did a couple of years, but we had Louis or LaBelle, but no, there was actually after Dark died, LaBelle was on, and Sid would have basically abused him. I finally started saying, "Black guests matter, love." Sid, come on, God Almighty, take it easy.
Didn't Chad have a note about that?
Chad had a note, and I repeated my favorite Sid story about Byerly's. Chad on Father's Day sent out a photo of a caramel roll from Byerly's.
This is yesterday he did?
Yeah, and Sid and I both went to the original Byerly's because he lived there.
Right.
And that's where I've been going there for 40 years. And I walked in one day, and this was where they were unionized, and they had the same people. You know, there was gals there that were 20 years. And so the one lady at the register says to me, "Your guy Sid was just in here 2 minutes ago." And I said, "Oh." I said, "Did he tell you what a fine job you're doing?" He said, "No, he told me, hurry up." So they'd always taunt me if Sid had just been in there for treating him badly.
Tough to beat a good caramel roll, though. That thing looked pretty good. That
There was
he
a lot of
tweeted.
nuts on it.
Yeah.
Lot of-
Are you anti? You don't like nuts
No,
on?
that's the ones.
That's the one you
I
want.
Get.
Yeah,
That's the one
okay.
I get. Yeah, that's the one. In fact, I had one Sunday morning.
Really?
Not in honor of Sid, in honor of me.
In honor of you.
That's right. So anyway, I don't know if I like. Here's the other thing, Joe. They got to speed up. Mm-hmm. God, it takes. How long did that round take yesterday? 5 hours at least, right? Playing twosomes. God,
Well, they went
just
off at
played-
1:30. The leaders went off at 1:30.
Okay,
our time.
Our time.
It was over at 5:30, wasn't it?
Oh God, no.
Huh?
No. 620 maybe.
I can't remember.
So I thought they had this was going to be the first 2-hole aggregate playoff. I thought they had a 3-hole one there for a while after they got rid of the 18-holer.
I thought there was always the day after.
Well, they got rid of that.
That's done.
Yeah. That's what they had here, the lowest moment in Minnesota sports history, when Scott Simpson and Payne Stewart settling the 1991 championship. And 30,000 Minnesota fans showed up to watch two guys play golf. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. You know, that's when kids were climbing up into trees and falling down out of trees. And
that's when we had the lightning storm.
Yeah, we lost that fella from Chaska, right?
Yep.
And we almost lost John Hanrahan. Right?
Yeah.
He got knocked on the ground.
How do you like the City Connect uniforms, Pat?
Yeah, I like him.
You better add that to the list.
Oh, we got to add a couple of things this week.
By the way, the City Connect of us and the City Connect of Seattle, they got the same blue, yellow stripes. They got SEA, and we got whatever.
They look like the
is.
state flag.
Yeah, they look like softball. You know.
Let me ask you something. As long as Reavers is getting out his list of things you don't like, what do you got against sunsets?
That's what I was.
What the hell's wrong with a sunset?
Nothing. I think there's nothing wrong with a sunset. I just don't need some guy, some rich lawyer who's got a lake home. Every time the sun sets, the pompous ass has to send us out a photo of his sunset.
What's this on Twitter?
Yes, he's got. Look at his.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Why don't you
Jeff Lambert?
just unfollow him?
No, I'd rather abuse him.
Oh, okay.
You know,
That's a good point.
He's meat sauce's dad.
Oh.
Yeah, and good enough guy, but he's, you know.
And you're tired
not
of the
only
sunset
guy.
pictures.
You're not the only guy who's ever seen a bleeping sunset.
That's
we
right.
Don't need, isn't that? Plus, have you ever driven out like to Sanibel or someplace to look at a sunset?
I have.
Why?
Well, because there at least you get to see the sun disappear
You get to see it
below the horizon.
That's right. You don't really care what else.
Plus, you're waiting for what? The green flash,
Yeah.
which I've never seen.
No. Here's what I used to when I went out to the Mucky Duck.
Why are you bitching at me? You went further than I did. If you went to the Mucky
I went
Duck.
for the clam chowder. It was great. So, but I'd always say to the DA, let's leave before sunset because all these idiots are waiting for sunset, so we'll beat the traffic.
Right.
I would much rather beat the traffic than watch a sunset.
Did you ever sit in a chair on Sanibel and watch the sunset?
Well,
when it sinks.
I might have been looking in that direction. But
When it sinks.
Okay.
That's pretty cool when it sinks.
Now, the DA and I once, back in the young rambunctious days.
Sure, the wild days.
Early marriage,
Yeah.
you know, when you kind of get along with each other
Yeah.
and everything's fine. And, you know, we stayed at the Tween Waters for 2 or 3 days.
I've stayed there. I've stayed there. I love it.
Fantastic, great meal. Then we'd wander across. And
Yeah.
let's go look at
Pick
this.
up some
You know,
shells.
back then, if she said, let's go look at the sunset, I'd
Yeah.
say, hell yes, honey.
Yeah,
Let's
let's go.
over and look
Let's
at
go.
the sunset. But now it's
Now it's a traffic situation.
yes.
Let's just get going.
That happens there.
All right, so I'm just doing a quick review here. I'm adding to the list City Connect jerseys,
Yes.
bragging about sunsets,
Yes.
and guys that miss playing catch with their dad.
That have been dead for 50 years. No, I mean if Dad
Did you
died.
get a lot of that yesterday?
If Dad died Tuesday and it's Father's Day, yes.
You'll give him that.
Yeah, but if
What's the cutoff?
But if you're
3 years?
If you're 60 and Dad's been dead for 30 years, Don't tell me you want to have one more catch with Dad. Dad's been gone too damn long. He can't even remember playing catch with Dad. That's it. We all miss Dad, okay?
Yeah.
But God Almighty,
Play catch. Play catch with Dad on.
But you got to have an age limit.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to because he's not ripping every catch.
No. What's the cutoff? Is it 5 years?
28 years old, and your dad's like 56, and suddenly he gets in a car accident.
You'll give him
and
that
then
one.
Next week is Father's Day. Yeah, you can miss him playing catch, but not if Dad died of old age and you're 62. Then you can't miss him.
What did Joe
catch.
say? My dad couldn't play catch.
No.
My dad was a great skater and a pretty good squash player, but he's a lousy play catch guy.
Yeah. You know what you miss? You miss sitting around the kitchen table when Henry's had a few snooters.
Oh,
in him.
yeah.
Then he starts telling a couple of stories.
That's right.
That'd be good. Yeah.
But I've
Then
it never
can
occurred
start
to me
tell-
on Father's Day. It's never occurred to me to say, man, I wish he was around so we could play catch.
I wish he was. I wish he was around so we could relive his days as a Vulcan, where we didn't see him for 2 weeks. And then he came back and had to sleep for 3 days.
Oh my God!
And my mom said he was on a business trip. Yes, he was.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know who would have been a good Vulcan? Richard.
Oh, yes.
God, he would have been a good Vulcan.
Hijinks.
Oh, he would have been this. You know when they said you couldn't kiss him anymore?
Yep.
That wouldn't have worked.
Oh.
They wouldn't have. They would have had to fire him. They would have had to fire him. I don't think.
Oh my God! How about we do the pause with our friends at the Valley Group of GM
Okay, and
dealers?
then when we come back, we should mention the Twinks a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Because they're playing pretty damn good. Jim Paul's Valley Group. Are we ready?
Yes, sir.
Jim Paul, Brett Paul, Valley Group of GM dealers. We got your Buicks. We got your GMCs. We got the great vehicles, those big Sierra trucks that everybody likes. They're fully stocked on those now. They were a little short supply after the pandemic. Not the case anymore. 0.9%, 1.9%. Yukons, hockey parents that want to take the whole team, they can get themselves a Yukon. The big vehicles are there. The Hummer EV. Now, I'd like to see one of those going down the street. That would impress me. Anyway, Jim Paul, Brett Paul, Valley Group of GM dealers, fully stocked, great deals. And these guys will take care of you because I've been buying cars for them for 12 or 13 years. Great used cars, too. Friends like Reavers have bought used cars from them, and they've been quality. And anyway, Jim Paul, Brett Paul, Valley Group of GM dealers, Hastings and Apple Valley. Now that you're, those were a couple of good games to watch yesterday with the Twins. Too bad you couldn't watch them.
I have no TV availability.
How come they made it a split doubleheader? I know they had a really good crowd for the first game.
Probably because Saturday night they had 30-some thousand tickets sold. So,
is that why?
Yeah.
Okay, because they had a really good crowd for the first game yesterday, didn't they?
Yeah, it was the first game. I don't know if they let them flip the tickets
I don't know.
or not.
I'm not sure.
Because they only had 20 for the night and they didn't have that many there.
No.
So, but
I thought they announced almost 36 or something for the first game. And I know it's Father's Day, so they're always going to draw well on Father's Day. It wasn't to see the Oaklands, that's for sure.
I thought Mother's Day is one of them. Is it Mother's Day that doesn't draw well? One of them wasn't Father's Day. Boy, I saw a bunch of games around the country. Baltimore playing the Phillies.
Packed.
They were packed. They were standing out on the, in front of the building out there, and they were just jammed. So, even Colorado had a good crowd, and they stink.
They do.
A lot of good crowds. But Twins, man alive, you should see Miranda was sitting on that slider that won the game in the 8th inning the other night, and he hit it. Miranda hit it and didn't even look. He just flipped the bat and started.
Knew it was gone.
I'm looking at attendance here. Father's Day was very good to baseball.
Yeah, what do you got there?
Toronto and Cleveland, where'd they play?
And Toronto.
40,000 over capacity.
Oh, and Toronto's not
Pittsburgh
very
and
good.
Colorado, where'd they play?
Colorado.
40,000.
In Colorado.
Arizona
Stinks.
and the White Sox,
That's in Arizona.
38,000.
Boy, that's pretty good. For
Washington and Miami.
If it's in Washington,
Well, it was 27,000. That was
that's
probably
in
Miami.
Washington. No, it wasn't Miami's terrible.
Baltimore and Philadelphia,
What do we call
44,000.
Yes.
Oh, my
That's
God.
way over capacity.
Tampa and Atlanta,
And it was
40,000.
in Atlanta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
San Francisco and Los Angeles.
That'll be 50.
That
probably.
was over. That was 41,000. So that
Really?
had to be
That's San Francisco. Then.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
Dodgers in Kansas City, 52,000.
In Kansas City?
No, it was in
probably in L.A.
Oh,
but
okay.
that was the Angels at the Giants then, huh?
St. Louis and the Cubs, 39,000.
Wow.
Seattle and Texas, 45,000. Milwaukee and Cincinnati, 41,000.
Wow.
Mets and San Diego, 31,000. I did that one already.
Mm-hmm.
At Houston and Detroit, 39,000.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel. Father's Day was very, very good to
Baseball
baseball.
had a good day.
Very good to baseball, yeah. And Colorado is an amazing because they've stunk now for 5 years. They stink this year, and they still draw pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a great ballpark.
I think it's one of those
Colorado,
deals where that's one of those places where it's a lot of folks standing around,
Yeah,
not knowing they're at the ball game.
I can feel a palpable losing of interest with the NBA and the NHL because it's June 16th.
Yeah, 3-1.
It's June.
Get 'em over
No, it's
with.
June 17th.
Yes.
Will that end tonight in Boston?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah,
What
they'll
about
end
tomorrow
tonight
in Florida? Will that
Aren't
end?
they going to play? Are they going to not play till tomorrow?
They're playing tomorrow.
I thought they played.
They're
tonight.
taking that 12,000-hour flight into consideration.
Well, when did they play? Friday night or Saturday night? I thought they played Friday. Saturday?
We're
Was it
talking about
last-
the basketball or hockey, sorry.
No, the hockey. The
Hockey was Friday night, wasn't it?
Might have been Saturday.
Well, all I know is Boston has Dallas at home tonight, and tomorrow Florida has Edmonton at home. Both should end, shouldn't they? Let's go
'cause
here.
Boston's better than Dallas, and Florida's better than Edmonton.
This
so.
is ridiculous. It's June, middle of
Yes.
June.
Yeah, June. Hey, is this June 10th? Juneteenth?
No, it's
No.
Wednesday,
That's the 20th?
19th.
Get this. There's no mails Wednesday.
No, you're kidding me.
Well,
No, I'm not kidding you.
It's a national holiday now.
When did
Well,
that happen?
it shouldn't be.
Well, you can blame your
I thought
guy.
it was a state.
We got
holiday.
enough holidays.
I thought we had a state.
I need my mail.
I want the mail.
You and I last.
Yeah, I know.
You go out and that's my exercise. I go out my mailbox.
Get your steps in.
halfway up the block.
You got to go get your mail.
By the way, my neighbor that I share the box with,
Not the same
not the
box.
box. Next, we got the same thing, it's
Yeah.
up the block. Harold got a big old tree in the front yard that's dead.
Really?
That ain't going to be cheap, Harold.
No.
That's a $2,500.
You know what he needs?
Excavation.
He needs a hatchet.
Is he the guy you borrowed the hatchet from?
No, that was the old neighbor, Chris. But he's the guy that I went and when I had the flooded basement, I ran like 100 yards of
Right.
Electrical cords?
electrical cords over there to get out of the basement, which didn't make any difference because it was destroyed.
I'm bailing it out with a pan.
You know what? I think I got to get a generator though.
He didn't use a pan, Chris.
What was it?
He used a glass,
A glass, that's
a
right.
drinking glass.
No, that's how it started.
Yeah, it started
Then
with a glass.
after about 20 minutes, I figured
This isn't
I gotta
gonna
get a
work.
bigger object to put in here. Then I went to the pan.
Jesus.
But you can only go
But
to it.
carrying the pan was a problem. Remember, it was sloshing.
No, the pan. Then I put it in a big red bucket.
Oh, yeah.
But a plastic
You were
one
thinking
that was-
ahead there, weren't you?
A plastic one that was wobbly. And my knees have never been the same.
Took it out of you.
Walking up those steps.
Yeah, you're complaining a lot about your knees.
My knees were
Where were you taking the water?
up to the laundry basket deal where the laundry goes up, which was
The
up
tub.
up a flight, yeah,
Okay.
up to the laundry tub. But it was
Okay.
up 10, 11 steps.
Don't you have a bathroom in the basement that you could have dumped it out in?
No, we do not have a bathroom.
Oh,
in
I
the
thought you
basement
did.
Because
Okay.
the bedroom down there is makeshift. It was not.
see.
It was not. Even in a state of emergency, you wouldn't have a bathroom downstairs. So
Twins are off today, and then the hated Devil Rays come to town.
yes,
They're not the Devil Rays anymore. They're just the
but
Rays.
their throwback uni's got the devil on
Does
them.
it?
They got the devil on it. Anything to get somebody to buy a jersey.
But they removed that. Was it controversy that they removed the devil part of the Rays nickname?
I think
What
they
was
were
it?
just rebranding themselves.
Well, the New Jersey Devils still call themselves the
no,
Devils.
it wasn't. I think they were just rebranding themselves. So
And they're having the rare down year.
yeah,
the
they
Tampas.
are. The Magic finally has kind of.
They're at the
left
bottom of the East.
So
Now, are we getting the news? We're supposed to be getting the new stadium on the water in St. Pete.
I believe so. Yes.
But
It's where it is. It's right where
That old
remember
hotel.
remember when the Bucks had their ceremony and Brady threw the trophy and everybody got all nuts? That's where they're building it. In that little port
well,
right
they
there.
got I think it's down on the same beach there where the haunted hotel is.
Oh,
the
okay.
old hotel, the one where what the hell's the name of that old hotel in St. Pete? Look
So-
it up.
Who's the artist that did the, eyeballs coming out of a clock? And who am I thinking of? The
Van Gogh.
no. What the hell? Who am I thinking of?
Andy, what's your
Warhol?
No,
Not
no.
Warhol. Somebody else.
It's an Italian guy.
All right. Artist. Artist.
Italian or
What is it?
Artist.
French or
Painting.
Yeah, he's got the
Well,
one.
there's
with
a
the,
museum
he's got
right
the
there.
one with the rat
Eyeball.
eating the umbilical cord.
stuff
What's
like
that guy's
that.
name?
Yeah.
The Wandering Eye Art Gallery in Tampa.
We'll try that.
Sen.
What the hell's his name?
I don't know. There's a baseball player with the same name though. What the hell is it?
Not Da Vinci.
No, Sen. It's a C.
Not
Begins
a
with
C.
It begins with a C. Yes, it does.
I don't think it is.
I think so.
Michael Vall.
No, God Almighty.
Ancient.
Ancient. Artist.
Ancient
Painting.
Italian
Eyeball.
art.
No,
Tampa.
eyeballs and clock. Who painted the eyeball on a clock?
Who
See, that
painted
kind of stuff. See what's
the
there's a great
eyeball
museum right
and
there where they
the
want to build the
clock?
ballpark of that artist.
Oh, really?
Salvador Dali.
Dolly.
Yes.
Dolly.
Yes. He was a.
There's a museum
was
there
a
with his
wacky
stuff in
fellow.
it.
When did he live?
1971 was when that painting.
Was there one called Eyeball and Clock?
Well, it's saying the eye
When
of the
did he
surrealist
die?
time,
My
1971.
God, my memory's intact.
When was he? When did he live?
Let's see here. 1931 is when he was born.
Oh, so he was that more recent. Okay.
He had the mustache deal going. Remember that thing?
Got that whole cowboy
You ever
thing.
been in Paris?
Yes.
You go to the Louvre.
Yes.
A guy, you know how many days you could just spend in there wandering around
quite a few things to
aimlessly?
look
I
at,
couldn't
yeah.
do it anymore because
Yeah.
my legs aren't good.
We
enough.
lost him in 1989
Oh, God, I
in
missed
Spain.
it.
So,
Okay.
Spain. Maybe he was a Spanish guy. I think he.
I don't
think he
know.
was.
Nothing gets by you.
That's a good guess, isn't it?
But the bride and I go to the Metropolitan Museum of Arts, right? And they had this other guy.
I went to the Dolly Museum.
They had this other guy from the 1800s.
Yeah.
His big picture there's got a rat eating an umbilical cord. I didn't
I don't like
it.
that. I don't
didn't
like
like
that.
it. That
I
wasn't
like
proof.
park
You can
settings.
Put that on my list.
There we go, rats.
Paintings of rats eating umbilical cords. You know, I do not like that. That was not
Do you
my
like the
deal.
pastoral stuff? You know, with the
As long
creek
as
and
it's not a sunset. You know?
I like the woods and the lakes and
right. Yeah.
parks, trees,
Got
stuff
that whole
like
cowboy
that.
thing
That
going.
whole cowboy thing. Well, you look pretty good yourself,
My
Slick.
favorite is Pollock, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who's the guy that
look at
did who's the lunch counter guy? The man sitting at the lunch counter at night. It's just the lonely figure at the lunch counter.
Right, lunch counter.
Oh, very
painting.
famous
Yeah, I
American
know which one you're
artist.
talking about.
Rockwell? No.
No, not Rockwell.
Counter painting.
Rockwell. Norman?
Norman.
No, it's not Norman. No,
It's called Nighthawks.
Nighthawks.
Oh, for crying out loud. I don't want to
Oh,
buy
it's
this on
I
Amazon.
love that painting.
Who's telling him?
By Edward Hopper.
Edward Hopper.
Never heard.
I like all you have too.
Yeah, I guarantee
You've
you've seen it.
this
I
painting
might have seen
1,000
it. I might have
times.
seen it, but I didn't know who painted it.
It's Edward Hopper.
Who painted the... Hey, who painted the dogs playing poker? There's art.
That might have been Hopper.
There's. So I got to tell you guys, we were watching the ball game yesterday, and we've got this little map in the basement of all the ballparks.
Okay.
So we've got the pin. Hey, we've been to this one. We've been to this one. So I was telling the boys that Oakland is moving. They're moving to Las Vegas. And so, no, hold on. And so I said, but their lease agreement, blah, 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 they're going to be playing in Sacramento. And my youngest said, well, we have to go to the Oakland ballpark then before they move. And I said, buddy, the place is a dump.
Well, how many have you been to with the boys?
With the boys, we're getting close to 10.
Well, you don't need Oakland because you're never nowhere. If you needed Oakland to complete them all, I would say you have to go to Oakland.
But then I could say, hey, we went to the Coliseum in Oakland. Although we got some safety issues
in Oakland. That was a bad stadium. There was too much room in the foul lines.
It was bad back when they were good. It was bad.
Wasn't it nice though before they brought football back? Wasn't it okay?
There was always a football stadium.
It was always round.
Oh, it
football
was.
Stadium.
Okay.
But then they built. But you used to be able to see the foothills on a night. It was gorgeous. But then they built Mount Davis out in left field for the suites and bring Al back, and then it was awful after that. And then the plumbing went, and then we had animals in there, and I saw one of the possums once. Last time I was there. We saw a possum in the press box.
Oof.
I don't know. Do the possum? Do they get rabid? They bite you? I don't know much. We don't have them.
You want me to look that up?
Do we have them up Northwoods?
I had a possum in the backyard last year.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm. They're ugly.
Oh,
I think it's called an opossum in this part of the country, and they're possums in the eastern seaboard.
And
their babies ride on the mother's back.
Yes,
and they're the ugliest damn things, but apparently they're a very nice animal. They're you can get used to them.
I was just going to say.
They have a tendency to get hit by a car, though. Yeah. They're sneaking out there at night. So.
According to possums.com, I have no idea what this website is. Just like any animal, it's possible for them to bite in defense. If they feel cornered or threatened, they will use several escape strategies ranging from playing dead to hissing. Biting is rare, but people should avoid contact.
They like their sleep, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
You can get along with a possum.
Yeah?
I've seen it. I've seen it happen.
So back in the day when a younger baseball fan like me would cruise the AM radio dial to listen to out of town games, once in a while you could get Pittsburgh. KDAL or KD.
Really?
Pittsburgh had
down on the prairie
channel. Yeah, full of better than the Twin Cities. But Bob Prince was their famous announcer, but his partner was Jim Woods. James Woods. Jim Woods? Yeah, I mean not the actor, obviously. Jim Woods, but his nickname was the Possum because when Prince was doing a game, he'd sleep.
It's 1020 KDKA. You were close.
KDKA. Bob Prince and partner. Type in there, Bob Prince and partner. What was Woods' first name?
Bob.
I think it was Jim.
And partner.
You know who a lot of people in this state, including me, didn't get to have an appreciation of? Halsey.
Oh God, yes.
He was something else.
Oh yeah, he was magnificent. Very bright guy.
I know. He was a hell of a writer.
Goofy, but he had a little tendency.
He had like to have a cocktail.
Oh God,
would it have been Rozzy Roswell?
Woods.
Bob Prince and Rozzy Roswell?
Bob Prince and Woods.
Oh.
Put in there Woods
and
see what the guy's first name was.
And Woods. Okay.
They were together.
Was he an old player?
No, he was his partner.
No, that's what I'm saying. Was he a former player?
No.
Okay. Jim Woods.
Jim Woods. That's what I thought. Yeah,
okay.
Jim Woods, the Possum. The Possum. I listen to them a lot.
Somebody on Twitter is supplying famous quotes from The Sopranos.
Okay.
And I always turn on and listen to those. They're wonderful. But Paulie Walnuts.
Oh, yes.
They had the 12 best Paulie Walnuts.
Oh, my God.
And it's where they had to chase the two guys in the woods,
the
remember?
Russians.
And
we never knew what happened to the Russians.
Interior decorator.
And Tony's telling him, this is big time. You got to watch out. This guy killed 12 Chechens. He's and then Paulie tells it to Chris, and Paulie says, "Guy killed 12 Czechoslovakians, and he was an interior decorator."
I saw that too. Because wasn't his phone breaking up?
Something like
he could
yeah.
barely hear him. Oh, my God. That was so great.
Scary. Now, we all assumed Tony got killed at the end when the screen went blank.
Well, maybe
But they
that was
don't
because
tell us.
they're going to resurrect the series, but now he died
dead.
in real life.
Yes. By the way, if you don't believe in aging, look at Tony when he was started the series. He's kind of a trim guy that could get a date, and by the end, he looked like me at my zenith.
He was Bluto.
Fat,
Yes.
man, he was big. He was big, but God, that was a good show.
Yes,
that was,
it was.
so well written.
And for a year, I always misunderstood why he was seeing the shrink. I always thought he was seeing the shrink to try to become a better mob guy. But he
Trying
was
to justify his existence.
He was trying. But he was seeing the shrink because he was troubled by being a mob guy, wasn't he?
Yeah. But he was. I'll tell you who was fantastic. Nancy Marchand as his evil mother.
Oh,
God, she was beautiful. And, of course, Janice was Janice was fabulous. My favorite scene ever was when they killed Janice's boyfriend and they promised that they buried him on out on the water with the seagulls, and then they showed him being removed with the garbage at the dump when they were tipping over the garbage and down he went. God, that guy was great too.
I forget his name. Yeah, you don't want to make enemies with a New Jersey sanitation supervisor. Wasn't that his role, sanitation supervisor?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was it, 5 years ago?
Oh, it was
Last
more than
5
that, wasn't it? 6 or 7, I thought.
Maybe.
Who, when Tony died?
No, the series.
The series.
Oh, it's been gone longer than that.
No. How long was it?
Oh,
5.
I'll see you.
I would say 6, maybe.
Maybe 6.
Yeah.
6 seasons. 1999. Wow.
It started the era of potential great TV series.
For sure.
There's a lot of clunkers, but there's a lot of good ones too.
Best one right now is Slow Horses.
Oh yeah, that's
Not
what
a
I mean.
hands down.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt. Yeah. Yep. It's one of the. I hadn't read the books until it came along. Had you read it before that?
No, but I read every one now.
Yeah.
I only have one left.
But it's maybe the most accurate depiction of the main character being done by, the main character is Jackson. It's unbelievable how good he is. God, he's great.
And having seen the TV show and reading the books, all I see is the characters from the TV show, and I read the books, but I'm not bothered by that. It works.
You know who else is a great character is the neurotic woman that he abuses verbally all the time, but does all the work for him.
Oh, Catherine.
Yeah, Catherine's great.
Tempts her with a glass.
And the other guy that's great is the computer guy. Yeah, what a jackass he is. Yeah, it is a fantastic series. It's one of those that. When are we going to get to see it?
Is that coming? It's coming back, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they're going to have another year at least.
Was that year 1 I just saw?
No, they've had 3.
Oh, then I've seen 3 years. Okay, I've seen 3 seasons.
3 years, yeah. It's 6 episode seasons, but he loves the character, so they're probably going to keep doing it. He loves
Jackson. What's his last name?
Lamb, right?
Jackson Lamb.
Jackson Lamb. Fantastic.
And Catherine Standish.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Boy, is he hard on her. Oh, my God.
He's hard on everybody.
Just terrible.
He's hard on. He would not do well as a modern day boss.
No, I don't think so.
In a place, he would not.
That's enough. I got to run.
I really do think that we gave them more than they deserve today. Yes. Now, I did have a few comments out on the streets that we walked that tightrope of inappropriateness last week.
Oh, yeah, we did.
This one was almost perfect.
What did we do?
I recall it was about somebody's
We were
appearance.
worried about Brittany Griner's.
That's what it
then
was.
it kind of deteriorated from there.
Yeah.
Well, I thought, she's a guy.
Well, now we're going back
We
down
don't
that
know.
road.
We don't know.
need to.
You know what? Her
Anyway.
secret's safe.
Yes, it's with us. Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't really care.
I don't care. I don't care.
See you later.
Just stop knocking.
And I suppose we should say it's fine that there's a Juneteenth national holiday.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
That is.
You're okay.
Personally, I would like my mail.
You just
but
want your mail.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I had no idea. I missed that it passed.
Yeah, it
But
did.
anyway,
All right.
but one of my problems though is Never mind. But,
Thank you.
Yes.
We'll see you later.
I'm not in Fulda anymore, though.
Right.
I can't say that. Patrick Reusse here for the Canopy Group. As you set out to explore Minnesota this summer, don't we all do that? Think about this. There are 234 cities in Minnesota with populations over 2,500. And the Canopy Group currently has clients in all but 7 of those. The Canopy Group's experience in all of these Minnesota cities gives them a unique edge in getting you the best home and auto insurance coverage at the best price. The Canopy Group offers 16 insurance companies to match your specific situation, including your zip code, with the absolute best insurance company for you. This is done for you annually because your specific situation may change. It is also true that the insurance companies' appetites might change as well, and you might have to change insurance companies. This experience working throughout Minnesota provides thousands of Canopy Group clients the peace of mind knowing the Canopy Group is working for you. Please visit thecanopygroup.com today.